Welcome to Success Saturday with me, Dr. Lakisha, your life coach and destiny chair captain. I'm so glad you chose to spend your time with me today. Today, we are talking about career development planning. Career development planning. So, I am in the middle of a series. I am in the middle of a series about planning. If you missed last week's video, make sure you tune in. Last week, we talked about a personal growth plan, a personal growth plan. But today we're going to talk about career development plans. And then next week we'll talk about spiritual development plans. And then the last video in this series would be about business development plans. So I hope this is a subject that you're interested in. I know most of us, even if you have a career or if you don't have a career or if you have a job or if you don't have a job or if you have a business, I do think this information that I want to be sharing with today can be applied. It can be applied. It can be relevant to what your needs are in the way you make money. So stick around. Keep me on while you're getting ready for the day, while you're washing your face, brushing your teeth, taking a shower. Just keep me on in the background. I appreciate your watch time and I appreciate you tuning in. So first of all, let me say good morning. I see people coming in the chat. Please come in the chat and say hello, especially if you're new here. I'd love to say hello to you. Hi, Theodore Linda. Good morning. She said, good morning, tribe. So I do call my followers the Success Tribe. And a tribe is a communal community that helps each other, that connects with each other. And that's what we do. That's what we do here at Success by Way Coaching. So glad to have you. So as a tradition, I always start off with the cup of coffee, a cup of Joe. Some people call it a cup of Joe. Cup of Joe that I'm drinking. I am drinking pumpkin spice Vita coffee that has some good stuff in it out of this Charlie Brown cup. I absolutely love Charlie Brown and it's fall. So I picked this up this morning. I was like, oh, I like that cup. It's so cute. Hi, Tori. Good morning. Let me take my sip and let's get ready. All right. So, as the title suggested, we're going to be talking about the 555 method. So, in my research with career development plans, and just from my own experience, I'm going to bring information to you today. So I wanted to keep it simple. So we're going to talk about 5, 5, and 5, even though this is a complex process and everybody doesn't do it the same. In fact, and let me know in the chat if your organization already does with you some type of career development planning. I know some big corporations actually have a wing of their corporation where the HR is responsible for this succession planning or career development planning, where they're helping individuals in individual roles kind of chart their way in the organization. Now, I also want to say before we get started is that you may not have a plan to go up in your organization. You may have a plan to do something else. So this is not only for people who want to go vertically up. Okay. A career development plan could be maybe you want to change careers, or maybe you want to do something differently with the position that you have. So it's all about you. It's all about you, your skills and talents, what your needs are, and kind of looking forward. Now, I do hear some people say, well, I did a career plan and my career, I'm totally not where I plan to be. So that is typical. So when you develop a career development plan, you want to plan it as much as possible, but remember, it's preparation. It is preparation. It's not saying that you're going to end up there necessarily, because trust me, I have ended up in some places that I never thought I'd be, but thanks be to God, I'm here. Come on. But anyway, so you may have a plan for yourself that may be too small, or maybe too big, or maybe just totally different from where you end up. And guess what? all of that is okay. All of that is okay. But planning is important because you do want to be prepared. You do want to feel like you have a goal or you have hope. Some of us don't have hope in our careers. We don't have hope. We just think we're going to just be doing the same thing for the rest of our lives. So a career development plan also gives you hope. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. Hi, Jai. Am I saying it right? Is it Jay or Jai? Nice to meet you. Welcome to Success Saturday with me, Dr. Lakisha. So glad to meet you. I hope you are planning to join and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right. So, like I said before, I like to talk to you in the chat. So, make sure you talk to me in the chat. We are going to get started. I always give you all of those things so you can prepare. Get your pen and paper out and prepare. Because I want to give you some good nuggets. I'm not talking about those McDonald's nuggets. I'm talking about those good old Jack Daniels nuggets or those Chick-fil-A nuggets. And nuggets is knowledge. So I'm about to give you some knowledge right now. So let's get started. So for your what is a career development plan? I always like to start with the definition because just to level set us while we're talking today, like we'll all have the definition that I'm working from. So what is a career development plan? So I found this definition that pretty much is pretty simple. A career development plan is a document. It is an actual document that outlines your goals, objectives, and activities to develop your skills and abilities over a period of time. Okay, so that's a long definition, but a career development plan can one, identify your areas of improvement, two, help you acquire more knowledge and resources, and three, ultimately help you achieve your goals successfully. Okay, so that's what a career development plan is. And just to let you know, I found a plan that talks about succession planning, and succession planning is still career planning, but it's just with leadership. So succession planning is like leadership. If you see people, most companies, they identify people with potential in their companies, and then they make a succession plan for them. Like what is the plan for them to become a leader in their organization? So I found a document that has both succession planning in it and career development planning in it. And guess what? It's in the description and it's free. So cut and paste it into your browser. It's a PDF. Let me know if you can't get access to it. But I actually put a free one that it's not mine. I found it from somewhere else. But I did put a free succession and career planning document just so you can get an idea of what it takes to go in that plan. One page is talking directly to organizations. You don't have to worry about that page, but the rest of the pages are pretty good and relevant for you. And that's in the description. Okay, so that's my gift to you. All right, so let's get started. Thank you, Theodore Linda. Theodore Linda is taking notes. We're going to do the 5-5-5 method. So there's 3 5s that I'm going to teach you, 3 5s. The first 5s is the 5 elements. I'm going to teach you the 5 elements of career development planning. The second 5 is the 5 examples, of career development plan. So I like the examples because it's not only talking about like just being promoted. There's other ways or other examples that you can move forward in your career. And then the last 5 is the 5 tasks. The 5 tasks, like what are you supposed to be doing? What are the tasks that should be done to get that career development plan done? So we're going to do the 5 elements, the 5 examples, and the 5 tasks. Y'all with me? All right, let's go. So let's start with the elements. So these are the things that should just be a part of every career development plan. These should be a part of every plan. So the 5 elements are these. Number one is active learning and skill development. Every career development plan must include how are you going to continue to learn something, develop your skills. So even if your job doesn't have or your organization or your company, it doesn't have a place for you to do that, do it for yourself. I always, as a life coach, I always encourage people to do self-learning. Learning is one of the 12 areas of life that needs to constantly improve. And I help people with their 12 areas of life. So learning should be constant for you. So my question to you is, what are you learning? Are you learning anything new in your current job, in your current career? I also want this to be relevant if you already retired or if you're seeking retirement. It still doesn't mean you don't learn. What do you expect to do after retirement? What should you learn now to prepare yourself for a fruitful retirement? I was studying something, and they were like, there's two critical years of your life. I think I said this in my other video. One is the year you're born, because it's a high rate of mortality. The year you're born, you're more likely to basically die, because you're just one. Your first year, you are dependent on other people. So that's a critical year. The second critical year of your life is the year of retirement, because people lose their identity. They had their identity all their lives, and now they're retired, and what's next is pretty hard. So a lot of people, you hear about people passing away just a year or maybe a year or two after retirement, and they contribute this to like having 30 years of doing something, and then all of a sudden you're not relevant, you're not doing anything. You want to avoid that. If you're retiring, you want to avoid that by planning now. What should you learn? What skills should you develop to be fruitful in the second chapter of your life? So career planning is not only for people that are in jobs, it's also for people who are transitioning out. So definitely activate your learning and skill development. That's number one for the element. The second element of career planning is support. Do you have a mentor at your career? Do you have a coach at your career? If you don't, seek one out. This is something that I became skilled at when I wanted to, when I saw someone who was doing what I wanted to do. I asked them to have coffee with them, talk with them, pick their brain about something. And if I really liked the person, if I felt like the person was somebody I can learn from continuously, they had a lot of knowledge I needed, I would ask them, can you be my mentor? Can you be my coach? So that is my question to you. Have you asked anybody at your job if they could be your mentor or your coach? That's like so important that you don't do this alone. One thing, as an African American woman, we tend to do things alone. We're socialized in being the one person that everybody goes to, but we don't have anybody ourselves to go to. Come on, y'all better start talking to me in the chat. So you need to develop some sort of support group around your job. Who can you trust? Who can you trust? Can't trust everybody, but who can you trust that to be your coach at your job or to be your mentor? Who can you trust to ask them some questions and know they're not going to hold that against you? Find those people and develop this like circle of trust around yourself so that you can use their knowledge to get to where you want to go, or use their knowledge to find out if you want to do something or not. Sometimes we think we want to do something, and then after we talk to somebody, we're like, wait a minute. We're like, wait a minute. I don't know if I thought I wanted to be a nurse, but after talking to a nurse, I don't want to do that no more. So, so talking to somebody, getting a mentor, getting the support you need is definitely an element that you must include in your career development plan. The third element in your career development plan you should have is collaborating with others to focus on a skill. So this is not necessarily a mentor or a coach. This is collaborating with coworkers or someone else in your industry or someone else in your field, collaborating with them to focus on a skill. What skills can you focus on with other people? Maybe you can develop some things that haven't been developed before and collaborate with others to get it done. Okay, so collaboration is really important. This goes back to what I was saying before, was don't do this alone. Don't go on your career path alone. Okay, number 4, the fourth element is getting paper. getting your paper. Do you have certification? Do you have a degree? Do you have a certificate in something? um, these days, I heard somebody say that like getting certification in a lot of jobs is more important than getting a degree. I know this is true in technology. When people are in technology careers, they don't necessarily need a college degree. They need certification. Certification is on that focus skill. Get a focus skill and get certified on it, or get a degree in something, or complete a workshop in something, get that participation certificate. Um, all of these things are very important. So think about that in your career development plan. And number 5, the 5th element is observations and or shadowing other people. So maybe you could shadow somebody one day on your job. Say, you know what, can I follow you around today? Can you show me what you do? Show me a day in the life of what it means to do what you do. Because I want to see if this is something I want to do too. Can you tell me, walk me through what you do in this role? And shadow somebody or just observe somebody. Can I just watch what you do and take notes? Observe somebody. So all of these things together are great elements to put in your career development plan. And this will help you zero in on what you want to do. I know a lot of people, they don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to do. I know I don't want to be here. Yeah, but that's not good enough. You got to know what you want to do. So these 5 elements will help you with that. All right, y'all. So those are the 5 elements. That's the first 5. Now we're going to the second 5. The second 5 are the 5 examples, of career development planning. So, like I was saying before, you don't always have to, improve by trying to go up on your job. There's other ways that you can improve what you do. There's other ways that you can build up your skills in your career, or to do another career, or to own your own business, or to retire. There are other ways that you can build up your skill. So let's see some examples. So the first example of how to build up your career development is continuing education. I think this is one of the most powerful things, not just for work, but just for life. Like, I am an advocate of books. I go to the bookstore and I get books. To the library, go to the library. Library got great books and they're all free. Go to a career fair. When is the last time you've been to a career fair and you're just looking around and seeing what's happening? And there's always some type of career continuous improvement, something at a career fair. Go online and just research some ways that you can improve yourself. So continuous education in your field, in the field you're trying to get into, in a position. Maybe you want to do continuous improvement on how to be a better leader because you want to go into leadership. So that's always important. The second example of how you can improve yourself is to participate in professional organizations. Now, these are not where you work. Professional organizations are associations. They have plenty of these. I know when I was studying professional organizing, like one point in my life, y'all, I wanted to be a professional organizer. I did learn a lot from that course. So my house is very organized. However, I did not become a professional organizer, but I did join the Association of Professional Organizers. See, that had nothing to do with a job. It was just an association of professional organizers. You may have an association of industry leaders, or you may have an association of nurse practitioners or something like that. These associations are not necessarily tied to a job, but they have resources. They have a network that you can talk with. They celebrate you. They tell you all of the different career paths you can take. So I really like this idea of joining a professional organization. So if you are a part of a professional organization, let me know in the comments or in the chat. Let me know in the comments or in the chat if you are part of a professional organization, because they are very powerful as well. Now, the caveat is they do have fees. They do have fees. So you want to make sure you find out all that out, but you got to invest in yourself. So I would say pay the fees. You got to invest in yourself. A lot of these organizations have conferences and things like that, and you'll get a discount in their conference if you're part of their association. Like for me, there is a international federation of coaches. If you are part of the IFC, you get discounts on their workshops and things like that. So you want to find out where these professional organizations are and then join at least one. The next thing is research. This is the next example of how you can improve yourself, improve your skill, and go to the next level in your career. Do a lot of research, not just on Google. Dr. Google has a lot of information. It does. But you can also do research in many, many different ways. You can research the history of the career path you want to take. You can research the organizations that you're interested in. You can research a lot of different things. The fourth example is to just improve your job performance. Just improve your job performance. So a lot of times, we want the job to improve on us, but sometimes we just need to handle the situation from the inside out, and we improve our job performance ourselves. Just make a decision. Make a decision that you are going to step up on your job. You're going to step up and see what happens. If I step up, what am I going to see a difference? Am I going to see a change? Am I going to be considered for something else? So improve your job performance is something that I recommend, even if you're having a hard time on your job. Now, here's the caveat. If you're on a toxic job, you got to weigh the pros and cons of doing that, because sometimes it doesn't matter at a toxic job if you improve your job performance or not. It does not matter. So you might as well improve your performance to put some things on your resume and get out the job if it's a toxic job. But if it's a career that you want to advance in, definitely make a personal decision to just improve your performance. And that means different things for different industries, but the basic gist of it is to give it your all. Give it your all and see what happens. And then the fifth example is increase your duties and responsibilities. Sometimes you can just ask, you say, you know what? I'm looking to do XYZ. Can you give me work in this area? Or I'm looking to improve in this skill. Can you give me this duty so I can practice improvement in that skill? So you can always ask for more duties and more responsibilities, even though that hurts people's ears. But if you have a career plan and this is part of your plan, then it's part of your plan. So those are the 5 examples. So let me know if you have any questions about the 5 elements and the 5 examples of career development planning. Now we're going on to the last 5. And thank you, Theodore Linda. She's putting all of them in the chat because I know I'm talking really fast. She's putting all of them in the chat. So if you need to go back to the chat to get a reminder of the elements and the examples, Theodore Linda has me. Thank you. All right. And then the last 5 are the 5 tasks. So I went through that really fast because this is what everybody want to get to. Like, what do I need to do? What are the 5 tasks that I need to do to develop a career development plan? And like I said, this is not easy. It's complex. It's going to require you to spend some time thinking about and brainstorming about your life and what you want to do. So I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do, you can actually do. And remember, I said I have a free template in the description for you that can kind of help you as well. All right, so here are the 5 tasks of career development, making a career development plan. Number 1 is state your professional activities and roles. So what you want to do is this is like, just put everything on paper. Put everything on paper. What your activities are and what are the future activities you want to do. Like make a T-chart, right? Currently, what are your roles and responsibilities? And where do you want to go? What are the future roles and responsibilities that you want to have? Put them side by side, because this is going to be very important in you analyzing where you want to go with your career. So once you have all those things stated and listed out, and that's kind of a hard thing too. The future, what you're doing now is easy, but where you want to go in the future may be a little difficult. So let's go to number 2, which is assessment. You are going to assess the knowledge and skills that you already have and the knowledge and skills you need to go to where you want to go. So you may see that there's a gap. You may see there's a gap between the knowledge and the skills that you already have and the knowledge and the skills that you need. So that's when you kick in the elements and examples and kick in like skilling up yourself. You got to skill up yourself for something that you want to do if you are not skilled already in a particular thing. But how do I know I'm not skilled? Let's just write it down. Let's just assess. Where am I in my knowledge and skill in this area? And let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Let's be honest. Okay. Be realistic and be honest with yourself. That's the best thing you can do. Confidence has its place, but not in this part. You don't want to be like, yeah, I know how to do everything. No, let's be real. Where are your knowledge and skills gaps? Okay. So you want to assess that. Once you assess your knowledge and skills and any possible gaps to your next level in your career, then you want to set your goals. You want to set your goals. Now we get to the goals. Now you say, okay, based on the knowledge that I have right now, based on my roles and responsibilities I have right now, and based on where I want to go, here are the goals that I have. And list out your goals. And I suggest you have no more than 5 to 7 goals. I mean, we're going to have to keep it real simple. And then once you have your goals, now you can start action planning. And so that is goals is number 3, right? So action planning is number 4. Action planning is number 4. And people action plan in different ways. Sometimes they do what they call career mapping. So, I mean, you can Google career mapping, but basically it's like taking where you are now and mapping out where you want to go in the future based on knowledge, skill, organization, roles, your team. You're analyzing all of that. And then also, when you do your action plan, you can also build up your resume. So part of this action planning should also be the build up of your resume. Okay. And then number 5, the 5th task you should do is document development. And this is developing an academic portfolio. So now you're going to document everything. Now you're going to document all of your certificates, your degrees, all the workshops that you've taken. You're going to document, some people do it old school and make a little notebook and put everything in a notebook. Some people do it digitally, where you take your documents and you put them in a digital format. Take all of these things and get all this evidence for yourself of all the things that you have been doing. Even small things is in terms of when you do research, print out the articles or make a digital folder, put the articles in the folder of all the articles you like, all the templates you like that you have been using. If you collaborated or you got a mentor or coach, maybe you want to document that in some type of reflection, and then create this beautiful academic portfolio that can help you not only to advance your career, but it can help you when you're feeling like, I don't know what to do, I'm feeling low. Take out the academic portfolio and remind yourself of all the things that you have been doing to improve yourself and improve your career. We don't do that enough. We do a whole bunch of stuff and we have record of nothing. We don't have one record of anything. We don't have record of our certificate. Personally, my husband was cleaning out the garage and he took out all of these plaques and all of these trophies and all of these awards that I have won in my past that I forgot about. I was like, oh, wow, and I got them from different people. people who admire me, people who I work for, people who I work with, um, whole departments giving me awards. I forgot about all this stuff. So you don't want to forget. You want to have an academic portfolio. And it's just a personal reminder of where you've been, where you are, and where you want to be. So yeah, so those are the that's the 5-5-5 method. All of those things together, the 5 elements, the 5 examples, and the 5 tasks, if you consider all of those things and write all of those things down, you will have a viable career development plan. It's not going to be easy, and you're not going to be able to do it in one day. And you may already have something like this at your job. Maybe you need to ask. Maybe you need to ask if there's some type of succession planning from HR of their employees, or some type of career development plan from your HR, because they may already have something. They may already have a template for you. But your career is very serious. And that's why that retirement is so critical, because you're going to spend a lot of time in your career. You're going to spend years in your career. Why not take the time to put the effort in to develop this so you can have a strong career, so that when you retire, you feel accomplished. You feel accomplished, like you have accomplished something. And don't be dismayed if you want to change your career. Changing your career is a good thing if you think it's time. So if you think it's time to change your career, it's a good thing. But don't just quit your job. Make a plan. Make a plan. Set a date. Work towards that. Get your goals, work towards that, and then change your career. I never tell people, I always say, before you leave a job, you got to have another job first. You don't want any gaps, especially in this day and age where we have a looming recession and government shutdown and stuff like that, and the housing market is out of control. You really want to take care of your assets, but it doesn't mean that you give up. Don't give up in your career advancement. It is going to be hard. It is going to be difficult. Yes, you're going to have people that try to block you. Yes, you're going to realize that you want something that you don't have the skills for. Maybe you'll realize you want something that you don't have the skills for. That doesn't feel good. People blocking me realizing I'm not ready yet. That doesn't feel good. However, that shouldn't be a deterrent to you trying, to you developing a career plan and trying. All right, y'all. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Let me know in the chat. This has been helpful. I hope that this particular video gives you motivation, and it inspires you that you can do and be anything you want to be. It just takes really planning. It takes you involving people. You can't do it by yourself. And it takes strategic work. It takes strategic work. I'm not saying hard work, because sometimes we work hard and we don't be doing nothing. We just be working hard. It's not about hard work. It's about strategic work. If you do the strategic work, like creating a career development plan, you will see some traction in your career. And you may end up somewhere that has nothing to do with your plan. And that is okay. That means you started this journey and the journey took you to a certain place, and that's okay. So I hope this was helpful. Even if you are retiring, you can do a career retirement plan. Like, what is your next career? What is the next hobby or the next interest that you have? You can still use this formula to do that. All right. Well, I'm telling y'all, and y'all know what I'm about to say. It's Self-Love Saturday. What are you doing today to give yourself some love? Some of us been working in our careers all week. Don't look at them emails today. Today is Saturday. Don't do that work today. Today is Saturday. The work is always going to be there. So take a strategic break. I call it force quit. Like on your computer, how you hit force quit so your computer can stop. I need everybody to do a force quit today. Do a force quit today on Self-Love Saturday. So let me know in the chat and in the comments, what are you doing today on this Self-Love Saturday? I know I am going to a birthday party. So much fun. I'm going to a birthday party of my little cousin. How old is little James turning? I think he might be turning 6 or 7. So I'm going to Chuck E. Cheese. I like Chuck E. Cheese because Chuck E. Cheese is just fun, even for adults. So I'm going to go to Chuck E. Cheese today and have some fun. I hope you have some fun today. Enjoy yourself. Be blessed. And next week, I'm going to come on here to talk about how to develop a spiritual plan. That's a totally different plan. How to develop a spiritual plan. Theodore Linda, thank you for writing all that information in the chat. Please make sure you take this information, watch the replay so you can get all of the information and continue your journey to have a successful career. All right, y'all. Be blessed. Talk to you later. Bye, friends.